SpongeBob collection. Patrick had a sponge. Patrick had a star. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the first thing with a natural like face that's not primed or anything like that. And in the collection, they actually had a settings mist. This is the setting mist. And it is a face mist. It's in the scent Miss Cherry Blossom. And it's a setting mist, a prep spray. I'm going to use it today as a primer spray. So I'm not going to use any other type of primer, so I'm just going to spray this on my face first. Ooh, a lot comes out. Smells really good. It smells like some type of fruit. And I noticed that it's really like shimmery. It reminds me of the iconic London, and then the SpongeBob Wetnwild times SpongeBob collection. It reminds me of that spray, the primer spray. And I did really like that as a primer spray, not so much as a setting spray. So I sprayed my face, and you can see it has a sheen, a glow to it. Next, we're gonna go into another product that's like before makeup, skin prep or whatever. And it is this lip mask. And it is in the scent, you know, something that Wetnwild does that I just can't understand is putting white writing on things, so it's really hard to read. I don't know the name of it because I can't see the writing. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. But it came with foil, like a seal, and I just took it off to make it easier to show you guys this portion of the review. And that is the lip mask. I have nothing on my lips right now, and I'm going to just dig into that, hoping that it's not more of like a Vaseline type. I'm just trying to warm it up to see. And that's what you're getting. I see that it has color here, but I'm pretty sure on the lips it might not have color. But I have nothing on my lips. I'm digging into it. Yeah. It's very Vaseline-esque. But there are other lip masks that I purchased from them. The it's a purple night one. It's literally the dupe for the, how do you say this, Laneige lip mask. I'm just working it in because it will just sit on your lips, I can tell. But I really like that one. So I was hoping that I would like this one because the other one that they had was that one. The one that I got basically is a nighttime, and they have a daytime one that I didn't pick up because it was always sold out. I could never find it. And so I was happy to get this, but it's okay. It's all right. So we'll move on to the next product in the collection, which is going to be this sponge. And I will use it today to apply my makeup. And we'll see how this performs. Next, we have the eyeshadow palette. And it is called a pigment palette. And Secret Garden, I know for a fact this is Secret Garden. I can't see it, but I remember when I looked on Wetnwild's Instagram, like they had Secret Garden. And it's a eyeshadow palette. And this is what it's looking like. Perfect for Valentine's Day. This is their Valentine's Day collection, even though it seems more like a springtime collection with the cherry blossoms and everything. I would think Valentine's Day was like their one last year or the year before with actual hearts on it, so you can actually feel like it's a Valentine's Day collection. But This is what it is. We have a shimmer here of pressed glitter and 2 matte shadows. So I'm going to use this today as well on the eyes. I'm going to create a look. Next, we will go into this blush. I was excited about this because I really want more Wet n Wild blushes. The 2 that I do have are literally from their Valentine's Day collection whenever they came out with that one. And they came out with 2 shades. I bought both from Five Below. And one you can see, the other one is too light for me. So I wanted another Wet n Wild blush. I don't feel like this is putting that light where you can see it. This literally feels like Vaseline. So if you guys put Vaseline on your lips, I mean, you guys will probably like that. It has a scent to it, and it might have a sparkle or something to it. Not seeing the sparkle, but this blush is in the shade Flower something. I'll have all of this stuff linked with the actual names. Flower something, and it's this blush right here, which looks really pretty. It's kind of light. We'll see. Let me build it up. Yeah, I'm thinking this might be too light, but I do think it's gonna be like a really pretty like sheen. This collection does not have a highlighter, so I assume that they put sheen in their blush to kind of double with that glowy blush. Really pretty though. So I'm hoping that this comes out really nice. Next, we're going to go into the lip glosses. And these are plumping lip glosses. This shimmery one is Bloom Time. And it's basically like a opal base gloss with like reflected glitter in it. And then this one is a more pinky nude with glitter in it. It's very small reflex of glitter, and this is in the shade Baby Bloomer. So Bloom Time, Baby Bloomer. And I'm going to use both, show you guys both once we do the face. This, I got some more things from Five Below when I picked up this collection. This is not part of the Bloomin collection, but it was with the Bloomin collection, like on the same stand. So I'm assuming these are some newer things that Wet n Wild has launched. And this is the Bare Focus Clarifying Finish Powder. It's vegan, collagen, it has tea tree and vitamin E in it, and it is a finishing powder, which I'm excited. And it's in the shade Medium Tan. The majority of all complexion products that I purchase from Wet n Wild are always medium tan, medium deep tan, like that caramel toffee in that range. And so I'm assuming they probably have a couple, like a light, a medium tan, tan dark type of thing. So this should be able to work for my skin tone. Somebody a couple of shades lighter than me, or maybe a shade darker than me. This might still work. It's a finishing powder, so I'm going to use this today with my foundation to see how this works. And I also picked up these 2 other products here that were on the stand with this collection. This is the Boost Me Up Brow and Lash Serum. So this is a lash serum, and this is just a clear brow gel. So I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to use this to set my brows, and then I'm going to use this on my lashes. So we'll see how everything performs. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the first impressions tutorial. I'm going to use all these products on my face, and then I'll let you guys know how I like them. So I went and wet the sponge, and it expanded. It's very soft, so this is promising. You can never have too many sponges, like really. You really can't have too many sponges. So the first thing that I'm going to do is my brows, of course. And I'm going to use the clear brow gel that I picked up. And I'm just gonna read the claims really quick. So it's a brow and lash mascara. It's new, it's in the shade clear. It primes and boosts. It says it's natural definition, soy protein, and pro vitamin B5. And it's for your brows and your lashes. I don't really get like clear mascara on your lashes thing. So what I'm going to do is my brows really quick. Sorry, because I have all the stuff I'm using like in my thing. So let me go ahead and do my brows, and I'm just using this Pen Pal brow pencil from Alley Cosmetics. I got it in a BoxyCharm, and I'm gonna use the brown. And I just realized I did not bring a spoolie over here to do my brows. Okay. And that that mist that I use as my primer spray today is very sticky. So I can see that it will give you a very glowy look to your, like a radiant glow to your foundation look. So if you're using a glowy foundation, if you are using a radiant foundation, something glowy, I don't know if it's gonna work as a setting spray. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. But let's do our brows really quick. I'm not gonna do anything really fancy. I'm just gonna outline them and fill them in. Because this is a super pigmented pen. I need a spoon. Hold on, I need a spoon. Okay, so I'm back. I grabbed a spoolie so I can fix my brows better. And I grabbed a smaller mirror so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's just the brow. I'm not really doing much with brows anymore. Okay, I'll take a little bit of concealer. Literally that much. I'm gonna use my finger. So these are my brows. Now I'm gonna use this clear brow gel just to see the hold and everything. And I would assume, since it's a mascara as well, I don't know how the hold will be. I've used clear brow gel before, and I do want to say it was from Wetnwild. And after maybe 5 or 6 uses, it turned brown from like the product and from the foundation and everything. So that is that. Brows are done. We can move on to foundation. Today's foundation, I use Wetnwild foundation on my channel all the time. And I know you guys are tired of seeing it, so I'm gonna use something different today. And I'm gonna use the Fenty Dude. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the shade 345. The shade is a little light, but I make it work. And this is, if you're not familiar with the Fenty foundation, it's full coverage. And I'm just learning from my last tutorial not to put this foundation directly on my face because I got it on my clothes. Like foundation went all over my shirt. So we dabbing the foundation today. and this shade is really kind of light on me. So I know you guys are looking like, ma'am, this is not your shade, but I'm going to make it work. And we're going to use the sponge. So I'm going directly in with the sponge. I just don't want it to soak up all of the doing a really good job of blending. Okay, I like this sponge. Wet n Wild sponges tend to be really good sponges. My favorite everyday sponge and that I was using all summer was literally the Patrick Star sponge from the SpongeBob collection. Patrick had a sponge. Patrick had a star. Patrick had a sponge. Squidward had a sponge. SpongeBob had a sponge, right? And my favorite sponge actually ended up being Patrick. It was shaped similar to this, pointed. Squidward's was more rounded and SpongeBob's was square. And you know what I'm talking about. You can check, I have a card so you can check out the review of the SpongeBob collection. But after I used that sponge, I was like, okay, well, I got some nice sponges. I'm not mad. But this is a pretty nice sponge. It's soft. It blended very nicely. And I didn't like color correct, do anything. So this is how everything looks. And I'm not mad at the sponge, so I'll let you guys know my rating and everything at the end. So now foundation is down, we're going with concealer. I know I'm trying to stay away from Wet n Wild products, even though this is a Wet n Wild review, but I use Wet n Wild all the time on my channel. I've said it before. It's one of my favorite brands, so a lot of my makeup is Wet n Wild, so I try my best to go and find things that I used to use on a day, like things I forgot about. So I'm trying to switch up the products. You see, I used a Fenty foundation today instead of my Photo Focus Dewy in Cocoa or Caramel. I switched it up with the foundation, but I can't switch it up with the concealer because I love this concealer. So I'm gonna go in with my Incognito concealer. It's just a really good concealer. It's full coverage and it's a matte concealer, but it's not like drying under the eyes. It's really good. And when it first came out, I wasn't like hyped about it, but now that I've tried it, I'm in love. Dry for a minute, and then I'm going to blend this dry for a couple of seconds, and I'm gonna blend it out. And for just the sake of the fact that I know I'm going to use eyeshadow today, I'm gonna go ahead and bring some of that concealer to my eye to prime my eye. Now, It's not the best to get underneath the eyes, but it's good for foundation. I need something a little bit smaller to get underneath the eyes so I can be more precise, but everything is looking nice. It's going to just soft, blending good. And so I'm going to use the more rounded end to just blend out the edges of the concealer. Concealer is down, blend it out. Now I'm guessing we can go in with setting powder. So I'm gonna do the eyes. I feel like the eyeshadow palette might have some type of fallout, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set underneath my eyes so we can get ready for the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to use hair spun. I didn't use my Wetnwild powder or my Kiss powder. I'm switching it up, going in with hair spun. Okay, so now it's time for the eyes. And the first shade I'm going to go into is this first light shade right here. Dab into that. See if it's in the kickback. So we're just going to go straight into the crease with this first shade. And Wetnwild's eyeshadow sometimes can be pigmented and sometimes they cannot be pigmented. Sometimes they can be powdery and everything and have kickback and all of that stuff, and they just don't show up. My In Love with Cocoa palette, I had to work with some of the shades, but they're workable. I mean, all of these are like $4.99, so for a $5 palette, you kind of get what you get. But I really thought that this was a pretty collection. I wanted to review it for you guys so you can see how they perform, and then you can go and get it for yourself if you wanted to. But this is the first shade down, and it's kind of there. It's a transition shade, so I'm gonna go into the next one, same brush. I'm using one brush today. I'm gonna tap into this, and they do have a little sparkles in them, but I know for a fact that you're not gonna see them. And I'm gonna focus this more on the outer V and in the crease a little bit more. This is probably not the best brush. It's a very fluffy brush. So it's kind of gonna mix into that transition, which is fine, but I'm gonna go focus more on the outer V and then into the crease. This one is showing up a little bit. So we'll go on to the next one, dipping into it. That's not what I was supposed to be doing. Focusing in more here first. Patting it in and then working it through the crease. So we got that down. Okay, and that's how that's looking. Next, I'm gonna go in with this shimmery shade. It feels really dry. don't, okay, but it's looking okay. It's dry, y'all. It's dry. Okay. The first top layer was really like sparkly and had like glitter, kind of goldish glitter on it, and that first layer is already gone. So I'm going to put that on my lid. And it's a pretty shade. I've seen a shade similar to this now that I'm looking at it. It was by Ace Beauty, and it was in a BoxyCharm. We got two little separate like single eyeshadow pots, and one of them looked just like this shade. I mean, it's hard, it's pressed hard. I'm literally rubbing my eyelid really hard to get this payoff, because I want you guys to really see what this is looking like. But that is that shade down. Okay, I think I rubbed my eyelids too hard, because girl. Okay. And lastly, we're going to use the glitter shade, and it's the chunky glitter like the ColourPop ones that I know you have to pat, not swipe, because it will be everywhere, and that's what it's looking like. I will just pat that barely in the center, because that's why I left this powder here for the fallout. See, it's still on my finger, but it's not, it didn't come off on this eye. I don't know if they're even. I'm not always the hugest fan of glitter, but this glitter is really pretty. If you find a way to work with that glitter, it's really pretty. So that is down. Trying not to get any fallout. I'm gonna dust away this powder. Powder is dusted off. Now I am going to use some bronzer. Then we'll use the blush, the finishing powder. Then we'll do lips. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Iconic London bronzer. I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush. I have all these brushes that I'm using linked. Use my Wetnwild contour palette like I wanted to, because I said I was gonna switch it up. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, bronzed. And I always go back with my fluffy brush and just make sure everything is that air spawn powder can be drying. It's translucent, but it really will leave a white cast. So, all right, for blush, I'm going to so for blush, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the blush, fluffy powder blush brush. Again, this is actually a Wet n Wild brush, and we're just gonna go in. Oh, Okay. You can see it. I thought that you wouldn't be able to see the blush on me, but I don't want to go crazy with it. But yeah, you can see it, and it is pinky and flirty, and Valentine's Day is. So it's pretty. Okay. The blush was not too bad. So far, I'm liking the sponge. I like that glitter shade in the palette, and I like the blush. Okay, so now what do we want to do? Do we want to do the finishing powder? Do I want to finish the eyes? Can we do the eyes? Let's finish the eyes. So I am going to use this serum first on my lashes, and the claims of this serum are that it is a formula that has peptides, niacinamides, vitamin E, castor oil, and biotin. So this will help condition your lashes, let your lashes grow, and all that good stuff. And we love lashes that are black. Oh, this is a weird looking brush. Okay, so I'm just going to apply like I would mascara. Hopefully this doesn't mess with what I got with the actual mascara that I'm going to put on. But you can use the brush tip to do it, and then it has this little, you can use the bristles is what I meant, to apply to your lashes like mascara, and then they have this little brush tip that you can actually put on your lash, like your lash line. So I'm gonna do that. You wear mascara every day, lashes every day, you know, you need to nourish your lashes so they can grow. So I apply that. And we'll see if I actually see a change in my lashes. I'm gonna keep trying to use it as much as I can just to see if I see a difference. So that is that. We're gonna put some mascara on. There's something on my lip. I'm just gonna use some everyday mascara. This is the Kiss Long and Define, because I'm gonna put falsies on, but I want to show you guys, of course, what it looks like without lashes, and then what the look looks like with lashes. So that's what I like to do here on this channel, because not everybody likes to wear false lashes. So I want you to achieve the looks, you know, and just kind of see how they look with lashes and without lashes. So this is what we're looking like. I'm just looking at my skin up close. Doesn't look crazy. Now, we've got to the portion where we will set the face, and then the lips, and we're done. So I am going to use the Bare Focus finishing powder in the shade Tan. I'm just gonna go back in with that same brush that I used to bronze. Are any of you guys like me where you use a brush and you sit it down, and then when you want to go back to it, it's like, where's Waldo? You can't find it? That's me. So I'm going to swatch it first. This is what it looks like. Do I have any more room to swatch? I don't want to swatch it over where I put the, let me swatch it on the side. That's it right there. You can see. And I'm just going to, well, no, I need a big brush. The powder brush is what I'm saying. Tap into it, and then even pushing it into my skin. Just to see if it mattifies it. But I was just trying to see if it was going to give more coverage. And it looks fine. I'm going to keep playing with it. Let me build back up my blush because I'm kind of losing the blush. Okay. We're almost done with the green. Now I'm going to highlight. And I'm just going to use this Essence Pure Nude highlight and be my highlight number 10. And a little fan brush from the Real Techniques collection that I got. And I'm just going to barely highlight my nose. And barely highlight. Not a lot because this highlighter is a little light for me. And it's also kind of intense. So you don't need much. And I really didn't want like a beaming highlight. With that powder brush, I'm just going to kind of push that into the push it into the skin. Okay, so now we're at the portion where we can showcase the lips, and I am going to use both of these, and I will show you both of these on, and then we'll wrap up the video. So this first one, I will swatch for you if I have any room. Let me do it. And see, this is, it gives you a reflex like of gold. Let's see. So it's shimmery. It's clear, but it's shimmery, and I'm scared. I've tried a Wet n Wild gloss like this in the past, and my lips looked white because the way that the light would hit it, it looked white. So this is the first lip gloss in that collection. And it's a plumping gloss. So I'm gonna let it sit on, and I'm gonna wait and see if I feel some type of tingling and everything. And then I'm gonna come back just to see if you guys can tell if my lips look plumper than it did before I left. Okay, I'm back, and can you tell? They were burning. Like, while I was waiting on this to plump and see if it was gonna plump, I applied lashes, and my lips were burning. And when I wiped it off, it burned even more. So I definitely believe what they say, it's a plumping gloss, and be mindful that it's a plumping gloss. Like, it's going to probably burn your lips. But that was the first one. I'm kind of skeptical about even trying the second one because my lips hurt. So I'm just gonna stick with it because I'm not gonna wipe this off, and I'm just gonna apply some liner and apply that second one, and we're gonna finish out the video. So just a brown lip liner. This is not necessarily like brown. This is more of a pinky brown. And then we're gonna go in with this baby pink plumping gloss. Oh, okay. Which I knew was pretty, but I just don't want it to burn my lips more. doesn't give me that ring right there of like really light nude colors. They do that. And last but not least, we will set the face. And I'm barely gonna spray this because this is gonna make my face look so greasy. I already know it's gonna be really dewy and shiny. Okay, that's all I need. But it does smell really good, so I'm not mad at it. I most definitely will be using this as a primer. Go back over it. Press in my skin. Okay, so I'm back and this is the final look. I think this looks really pretty. The eyes came out pretty. I had to work with the shadows, I'm not gonna lie. They were a struggle and a challenge, but if you work with them, figure out how, you know, they work, you can come out with a decent eye look. My favorite shade in this palette was definitely the glitter shade. And the others, they performed okay, but the one I had less trouble with was the glitter shade because you literally just pick it up and tap it. So I would give the palette a 4 out of a 10. A 4. Nothing spectacular about it. Do you need it in your collection? Probably not. Is it a very pretty palette? Yeah. For $5, it's really cute. The packaging is really, really pretty. The packaging of the whole collection is really, really pretty. It's exactly what drew me to it. Like I was drawn to this collection because of the pink and the cherry blossom and all of that. But I would definitely give that pigment palette a 4 out of 10. Next, the blush. I would give this blush probably a 5 or a 6 out of a 10. Only the color is really pretty and it does give you that sheen, but it's not really, really pigmented. It's something that you need to build up, and that's fine. Pigmented blushes sometimes can be scary, so as soon as you dip into it and put on it, it's too much. So I appreciate that it's not too pigmented and that you can build it up, but then at the same time, if you're a deeper complexion, deeper than me, because you can see it, but it's very light. If you're deeper than me, you're gonna be building it up, and then it might not even work for you. So I don't believe that this blush can work for every skin tone. My tone and lighter, yeah. My tone and darker, probably not. And we need to have a blush that can work with everyone's skin tone. So I wish they probably should have had 2 in the collection. One a little bit darker than this, maybe one even a little bit lighter than this. You know, a trio and always works because you can customize it and make sure that it works for your skin tone. So I would give this a 5 or a 6 out of 10 just because it is a pretty blush, but it might not work for everybody. This lip mask, it's gonna get a 2 only because it smells good. So I like that it smells good and it's pretty. Smells like papaya. That's what it is. I'm like, what is it that this collection smells like? It's not apples, it's not cherries. It smells like papaya, mango type smell. So I'm gonna give it a 2 just because it's pretty, but it's literally Vaseline with a little shimmer in it. You can make that, no shade to Wetnwild because I love Wetnwild, but that's just too Vaseline-y to me. It's just like a lot of petroleum jelly. They threw a little bit of sprinkle of glitter in there, and a little bit of sprinkle of pigment in there, and that's that. The spray, I have always been a fan of their setting sprays. Wetnwild setting sprays are my #1 go-to setting sprays. I will buy Wetnwild setting sprays over high-end setting sprays. Their natural, regular one is literally a dupe for the Urban Decay All Nighter, and it's a holy grail. And then they've had different collections where they had different ones that goes with the collection. And I've always purchased Wetnwild's setting sprays. This one is a lot. This one will work the best, like I said earlier, with the SpongeBob shimmer one. That SpongeBob one has this same glitter, and then it's very dewy, so you can't use it as a setting spray, and it literally says a primer spray. This one is saying that it can be a face mist, and you can set your makeup with it, but if you set your makeup with it, I went in light. But you know, most of the time you want to go in with your setting sprays. You can't do that with this one, so just keep that in mind, that this is very glowy, very dewy, very sparkly, and it might leave your makeup looking oily. I think what helped probably was the fact that I used this finishing powder, and it was matte, so it helped out. These together probably would be a good combination. I don't know if every Five Below has these where you can buy this with the collection. Mine's did, but I don't know if Ulta will have these, or the Wet n Wild website, Walmart, wherever you get your Wet n Wild products. Look for this, pick it up. These probably work great together. So for that being said, I'm gonna give this a 5 or a 6 as well, only because I'm probably only going to be able to use this as a primer. But I like it. I like the way that it smells. It sprays out fine, and it does give you that glow. You just can't go crazy with it. On to these lip glosses. I'm not going to front. My lips do look bigger, plumper. But if you have sensitive skin, which I do not, but if you have sensitive skin, these are going to burn your lips. So this is like, literally, this is like the Too Faced plumping lip thing that they have. I purchased that way back when I was doing makeup, and it plumped, okay? This is what this one reminds me. This one, not so much. I don't know if there's a difference in the amount that they put in them, but I put this one on first, and it plumped my lips, burned my lips. I put this one on, as you saw, with my lip liner, and right now, I'm not burning. I don't know if my lips are numb from that first one, but I will give these a 7 out of 10 because they do what they say. They're going to plump, and they're very pretty shades. I can wear this alone. I can wear this alone. I can wear this with the liner. I haven't tried this one with the liner, but I can wear this one with the liner, and it's really pretty. But keep in mind, I can't say this enough, keep in mind, they will burn your lips. They will plump. But if that's what you're looking for, and you want a affordable lip plumper, and you don't want to go out and buy the Too Faced or the high-end ones, run to your local Five Below, CVS, Walmart, wherever these are going to be available, and get these. If you don't get anything else in the collection, get these. And lastly, the sponge. I would give this a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 is because it's kind of too big for the under eye, but it works everywhere else. So I'm the type of person, I don't really want to use 2 different sponges when I do my makeup. I want to be able to use that one sponge for my whole face. But this, you can try to squeeze it and go underneath, so you know I will work with it. But for the under eyes, it's kind of too big. But that was the only reason why I gave this a 9 out of 10. This is probably my favorite thing from the collection aside from this. So these are my top 2. I love this one. This one is in 2nd place. Then I will go here, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 6th place. And that is the whole collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you like the way that the look turned out, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I I got a lot more things going on. I got a lot more videos to pump out. If you enjoyed this video, I would highly suggest you go to my playlist and watch the SpongeBob collection and see those products and you know what I like from those products and everything, because crazy enough that came out towards the summertime, but when I picked this collection up at Five Below, they had the SpongeBob collection underneath, so they're still selling it. I know they were sold out at like Walmart and all that stuff. I actually got the PR box from Amazon, and you'll see that in that video. But if you do like those products, you still have time to run to Five Below when you pick up these, if you like any of these products, to get those too. So with all that being said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.